Hello Final Fantasy fans, it's Jockey Fox here to walk you through some Crisis Core dungeons. Now what I usually like to do is use the best equipment feature or kind of recommended party feature after picking the units I need for my party and then kind of tweaking it from there. So I'm going to walk you through, you're going to get to see some of the tweaks that I'm making towards this to make it a little bit better. My Cloud does have the best healing factor in my party other than Aerith, so giving him the Cura seems to make the most sense, even though it's not unlocking that third equipment slot, which would actually, or the third S ability slot. And then for Aerith, I'm going for more of a healer slash debuffer, and this is going to be a little bit more towards her healing aspect than her damage dealing, but... And then Cloud is, of course, a lightning damage dealer, just because he has to be with the Marasame right now. And especially with the Marasame plus gear. So, first things first here, let's pick up whatever this is. Fire Cocktail. So I'm probably going to be saving that for the final boss of this area. So I'm going to kind of work my way across and try not to break any bridges too early. These Dinglow go down easy enough with just a solid fire blow from my DPS. So that's a pretty simple fight, but this also is like Crisis level 1, so this is the lowest level the enemies are going to be. Not seeing anything over there, but there is something over here. Let's try not to break the bridges yet. Go around to get to it, I guess. And then get the chest just beyond it. Got another one weak to fire here. This whole dungeon, I believe, is weak to fire, which is refreshingly easy compared to the next dungeon that we're going to do on the channel, but in the meantime, just keep pressing fire blow on your physical DPS and you should be fine. If you're doing magic, you're going to want Fira here. Okay, so my team is largely physical. Zack could really go either way. But they do often scale off of physical. My main DPS, my DPS really, is physically based, so it makes sense to get the physical ups. The ones that have multiple trade-offs are usually not worth it. So this is going to be the Blue Dragon, who's also going to appear on the next map. And we've got Aerith here debuffing. It looks like this guy is immune to magic attack resistance breaks, but we can break his physical resistance. And that's really going to enable this fire blow. Also, we have finally built up Ifrit. Ifrit's going to be doing some damage in the next boss fight, it seems. Chugging along through the dungeon quite nicely. Also, of note, I don't think it's going to happen in this run, but Zack is almost at level 50. Go Zack! Alright, got some potions, got some supplements. Those two together, 4 of, very helpful. That's going to be really helpful later on, but I think I can keep coasting through a couple of bosses before I need to use those. And I don't know why I didn't throw in the other ones. I feel like I forgot that these guys were actually a boss fight until after I saw that damage hit them and was like, oh, that it? So I didn't want to use my Esper Evocation and my Cross Slash on them, but it looks like I'm going to have to. But now that I've got one of them down, maybe I can chain this guy out with them. And then just focus on the third with my other abilities and building back up summon and limit gauges. And home run. Cloud knocks it out of the park. I really, even in this scenario where you have multiple targets, I really, very much prefer the single target abilities. I am building Meteor Rain out a little bit more on Zack, but even then, even in that scenario, I just don't like them as much, and don't find them as useful. And in a run like this, you're only going to find so many times where they're going to be maximally effective. Usually they're going to underperform, honestly. And it probably is best to kind of look at your options and pick one side of that or the other. Say for Aerith, like all of her damage, in that she only has one damage LB, the other one's healing. All of her damage is AoE damage, so you don't really get a chance to pick a single target move with her. But I would focus on cross slash and slashing combo, slash combo, I think, with Zack and Cloud at the very least. Because unless you're spending on this game, you're really going to want to be kind of conservative in how you spend your character shards in leveling up limit breaks especially. Like in this fight, by the time we built up to meteor shots, there was only one target. I think this is another case where I'm trying to stubbornly hold on to my limits and stuff. I should be using the summon at the very least because I just picked up those summon charges, but I didn't. It would have ended the fight a lot faster and allowed me to maybe recharge the summon gauge a little bit. The summon charges should probably be enough. But I think that is my last symbol boss, raising the crisis level to 5 and putting our boss at its strongest possible power. Look at that, fully awakened now. So it's time to heal up, getting my maximum HP back as much as possible. And I do have enough supplements to go ahead and get that last one at 8%. But usually I'm not too concerned about it. But I mean, again, who else do I have to fight? No one, because I've already done that chest to mark off that I've been there, so this is truly the last thing that I need to fight. And that means that the summon charges effectively are doing nothing for me. Also, the fact that there's 3 of them, I should have started using those sooner. Because really, in theory, you can only use 2 per fight. So I can only use 2 in the last fight. I would have to have used 1 prior to this as well. Definitely could have. It definitely had room to then as well. Could have used that at the beginning of the fight and then not worried about how much it built up. Because I would have 2 guaranteed summon charges. Even if it built up fully during that fight. And it likely would. I could run it off at the end of the fight. Close it out with it. And then use those 2 summon charges to get 100% of that back. But I did save all of this up for the boss, and look at that, nearly 21,000 damage there. We are absolutely destroying that charge bar. Just gone in moments. This guy also, I believe, makes an appearance in the next dungeon, but that version is not weak to fire. It would be a lot cooler if he was, but he is not. And I was making the decision here to go after taking him down, as it looked like that would only be a few more swings with my special abilities, instead of going for the sigils. There wasn't really any point in breaking him, as he was already almost dead. So, hopefully that's going to be an S+ finish for this fight. But thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Also check out that link in the description to check out my other channels, podcasts, books, etc. And no matter what you do, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.